Hello there, this is DBT, and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today we're gonna be playing in the new multiplayer season that just began with this beauty, the Muscler Super GT. Oh, what a beautiful car. But before that, I want to talk real quick about the treasure rush that just began today, which is for the Chiron 300 Plus. That's right, the king of acceleration in the game is the current treasure rush car. Now, it doesn't show over here because I already own that car from the, what was that called? The relay offers that happened like a year ago, whenever it was. So that's how I got the car back then. But right now, this is your opportunity to unlock the car if you get super lucky in the treasure round or whatever this is called. Or maybe just gathering enough points to get there. Or if you want to spend a ton of money to get it, don't do it. Well, I mean, it's up to you. You know that I'm not here to try to get anybody to spend money, but I'm gonna say this isn't worth it. Anyway, so yeah, that is the current treasure rush. So why do I mention it if I already own the car and all of that? Well, because I want you to know that that is a treasure rush, but also because there's a little bit of a change on the dices, a positive one at that. And that has to do, well, you know that you can get one free dice over here, just straight up free, right? Obviously right now it shows for money because I already claimed it. But actually, I guess if I go over here, it will show, yes. So you get one that is completely for free. Then you can get one that is for the multiplayer currency and one that is for the gauntlet currency. This is how it's always been, so not a big problem. I already claimed those, right? Now, on top of that, you can acquire more dices, or again, I use the word dice as singular, dices as plural. I don't care if it's wrong. You can get one additional dice over here in gauntlets by doing your 5 races. Then there you go, you get one more. But this neatly ties to the idea that I was saying about the new multiplayer season, because we have 3 multiplayer seasons. Oh my god! That's right, we got the classic season, which is obviously what has been running since last week. You can get one dice over there. We got the newly started master season that just began yesterday / today, whatever, almost 12 hours ago. You can get one more dice. And then there is the unlimited season where you can get yet another dice. That's right, you can get an additional dice over here. So that makes it that every day you can get 7 dice, so long as you have obviously the multiplayer currency, the gauntlet currency, and you do all the 6 races, at least 6 races in each one of these. So that is kind of neat. Obviously your gauntlet 1, 2. So that is nice. More opportunities for you to get some more rewards on the treasure rush, so that is fantastic. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at the unlimited season. You can see that I haven't played at all. And this season, at least for me, and I have yet to see if anybody got it differently, but this is Ghost on the first 5 seconds, which is dope. I made a video when we got the full season, or at least when I got the full Ghost season, where there was no collision for the entirety of the race, which was nice and all, but I wanted to test this one out, the 5-second one, and it seems that that is what we have. Now, the situation with this multiplayer season is that I'm not super happy that it's still Master Season rule, in the sense of you can bring any car, so everybody's probably gonna be bringing Class S, at least later on. But anyway, so let me change to my Muscler, activate some boosters, and let's start this up. Alright, so let's see what we get. I see a bunch of players, I see a bunch of Class S. So alright, that's kind of what it's expected, some other ones that are on the rank. And I decided to go for the Muscler Super GT because first I haven't made a video on it, and this is, by the way, not the pro test of the car. You know that I do that exclusively on Classic Season. But I decided to bring this car because it's one that I like a lot. It looks fantastic. And then on top of that, it has baddish acceleration, which is the whole point in this multiplayer season. That since there's ghosting at the start of the season, you will not get knocked down by whatever crazy accelerator that other people brought, whether that's a Faraday or a Chiron 300 Plus or even a Lambo Asian or something like that. That would knock me down instantly, but because there's ghosting at the start, that's not going to be the case. And that is one thing that I'm really hyped to play and see and experience. Oh, look at that, an Arash, nice. The same thing, for example, I didn't knock down that Grand Sport Vitesse. That Faraday didn't knock me down. And I understand that people did not like the full Ghost season because, well, you know, the knockdowns, it's such an important part of the game, which oh my god, I dislike and whatnot, but still. I get it. I understand that people got a little bit bored with that, but this is the best of both worlds. You get the knockdowns later in the race, but at the start you have a decent opportunity to, you know, just get in front of people. Not get in front, simply start, get your speed going, and then continue racing. Because it's really annoying when at the very start of the race you get knocked down and that's it. the fate of your race was decided right then and there because, well, you got knocked down in the first 2 seconds, and that is the end of your race. Look at that, first place! To be fair, this is the very start of the season, so I would imagine that there's gonna be people running unboosted and whatnot, but let's see what happened there. Oh no, look at that! Donix at CC850. Wow, this is rare. I don't really see this very often. 2 Faradays, the Cento 10, although without tuning kit, an Aventador SB, and everybody else unboosted on the rank. But see what I'm saying? Under regular circumstances, I would have gotten knocked down by the Faradays, but not here. Not here. Lovely. All right, so that's gonna be my first rank up, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Now, obviously, one more thing that I didn't mention is the rewards in this season. And man, the fact that we have another multiplayer season means that if you get to Elite, you get another 500,000 fusion coins. So that is absolutely fantastic. I love this. Now, I do have some concerns about having 3 multiplayer seasons, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, I also want to show you the rewards for getting the top 25s and all of that stuff. These are the same rewards as the Master Season, where it's 20 rather than in Classic Season, where it's like 4, I believe. So this is nice. A lot of parts that, even if you don't use them, you can sell them. That's kind of cool. Now, my original plan for this video was to do it with the Arash. But and that's because I was gonna go unboosted just to show that the Arash still has a lot of potential even if unboosted. But then I did make just late last year, a couple of videos where I attempted to get to Elite with the Arash unboosted in Master Season, and I proved that it was very doable. So yeah, I didn't think that it was necessary to do it again over here. So there we go. Ghosted at the start of the race, fantastic. Then after a few seconds, then there's collision again, so this is when the battle begins. But in the meantime, at least nobody got knocked down at the very start and nobody lost the race before it actually began. Well, I guess right at the moment that it began, right? But yeah, no, I absolutely love this idea. I didn't know I wanted this until I played Asphalt 9, where this is a permanent feature that you ghost at the start of the race, except for a couple of game modes, but for the most part it's always like that. And that was a horrendous section. Well done, DBT. Notice the sarcasm. Oh, someone wrecked. RIP to that dude. The handling, by the way, on this muzzler is surprisingly good. So yeah, once I experienced this, the ghosting in Asphalt 9, I'm like, holy, this would be fantastic. More so because in Asphalt 9, or rather, because in Asphalt 8, the acceleration is such an important... It's the meta, right? Absolute meta is acceleration here. So yeah, having a car that knocks down everybody else at the very start just because it out-accelerates everybody and instantly makes everybody else lose just seems like an incredibly OP thing to have. And now this should balance it a little bit more. I got defeated by a Lycan Hypersport Halloween Edition, but I did beat a Faraday, Racer Tachyon, Arash, Cyan, and a Tomahawk. Oh man, this person was really brave, huh? Driving a Tomahawk, and then they get into this track. Oof. Now, as you've seen, I'm getting pretty full lobbies, and that is a bit of my concern precisely in how this is gonna split the player base. Because having 3 multiplayer seasons means that the same amount of players that we have had for the past however long, suddenly is no longer split into just 2, into Classic and Master. Now there's Classic, Master, and Unlimited season. So that spreads the player base thin, and that worries me a little bit. Hopefully it's not really gonna be a problem. Look at that, 11 players, that looks fantastic, right? But I do fear that there's gonna be a lot of activity in this multiplayer season at the start, not a lot after a week. I could be wrong. Again, I could possibly be completely wrong about this, so don't take this as a statement of fact. But it is my belief that after a little bit, after a week or so, people are gonna stop playing this, or not completely stopping it, but you're gonna find a lot less players overall and maybe even have problems matching up. Because people are gonna be aiming precisely to get, well, their daily dices. That's actually a good thing to keep people playing at least a little bit, but they're gonna go for the dice, right? But I imagine the main objective for a lot of people is going to be getting to Elite and getting the 500,000 fusion coin. And after that point, there's not a lot of reason to continue playing unless you're aiming to go for top positions in the leaderboard, right? All right, I got defeated by a Racer. Look at that, the Racer doing good. A car that doesn't accelerate good. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm... It suddenly changes how things work. I love that. There's a Faraday, Venom, though that wasn't completely boosted. Another 2 Faradays, La Voiture Noire, and Centenario. Look at that. Man, this is so cool to see other cars shining that is not Faraday all day long. I like it. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is gonna bring enough interest to continue having full lobbies in all 3 multiplayer seasons, but I really don't think that's going to be the case. And for that reason, I was thinking that, well, it is lucky in my case that I have the rumors to play with. Because later on, let's say in a week from now, while Treasure Rush is still going and I still want to get my 6 dices, if there's suddenly no players to play with, at least I can call the rumors and be like, hey, yo guys, who you guys want to play with me, just so that we get our dices from the season. Now, like I said, I do hope that the dices alone are going to be enough reason for people to want to continue playing this, even if they're already in Elite, because like I said in the previous race, unless you're the type of player that is aiming for the top in the leaderboard to be like, oh, I want to be top 100 or whatever. After you get to Elite, there's very little reason for you to continue playing. So, oh, did that guy just? Okay, fine. So yeah, it's. I do hope that the extra dice is going to be enough reason for people to continue playing. But like I said, at least I know that I have a little bit of the backup of the rumors if we need to play and just organize and whatnot. So yeah, that's another reason for you to join the House of Runes, my Discord server. Link is in the description. I didn't shell that out in a bit, so there you go. Look at that, another first place. Let's go, bye. All right, I mean, I'm not gonna be super proud of getting W's because again, it's the start of the season, so we'll see. All right, Musler, Faraday, Chiron, 110 ANS, Huayra R. This is kind of rare. It's kind of bad, but still. Arash, we got a Faraday. No, that's on the ranked, and okay, everybody else on the ranked or disconnected or unboosted. Okay, cool. And this actually is why I said in other videos, I've talked about this for a long time, that I think it would be good if this multiplayer season was 1 week only, you know, so that people are going to be playing it to get to Elite. They have a week to do so, and after that, the point where people normally stop playing, again, unless you're on the absolute top percentage players or whatever, but a lot of people are going to stop playing, so hey, why not start a new season at that point? So I don't know, what do you guys think about making this 1 week? Why don't you let me know in the comments if you think that this could be good to keep 3 multiplayer seasons, but to have them be a little shorter. I don't know, I really think that it would be better to have only 2 multiplayer seasons and the second multiplayer season to be only 1 week long, maybe even classic season. But I understand that some people cannot make it to Elite in 1 week, but I do believe that that would seriously help to stop the hyper focus on Class S. I already made a video on the hyper focus on Class S in the game, but by making the multiplayer season a little bit shorter, it would allow more people to play in the other brackets. Because again, if after 1 week you already made it to Elite, during the second week you're in Elite, so you're going to be playing probably with a lot of Class S. So half of the season, if not a little more than that, is going to be only Class S. That's why I said that shorter season could be a thing, but I don't know. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. And speaking of comments, if we're gonna get a heart and a pin, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is gonna be, you can't go wrong with the big wings like this muscle. First person to post it, get the heart, a pin. You know how this works. Yeah, look at this thing, it's beautiful. And like I said, I still need to make a protest of this card. This is not what this video is, but there you go. All right, defeated by 1 Faraday, but I did with 2 more Faradays, La Voiture Noir, Centenario, Faraday, no wait, that's on the rank, never mind. But see, you see what I'm saying about variety and bringing different cars and acceleration not being super important in this multiplayer? I like it. And that brings me to my last complaint about this whole thing on the multiplayer and the seasons and all of that. I really wish that this was classic with the 5-second ghosting. Because again, I'm driving a Class S just for the sake of showing the whole thing, right? But if it was in Classic, then we would have this ghosting at the start in Class D, Class C, Class B, so on and so forth. It would be good, because you see how, like I said, like I'm trying to show over here, this can bring variety, because the cars that doesn't accelerate super crazy, which were always considered bad cars because, well, lack of acceleration, suddenly are viable because you no longer have to be worried about getting knocked down at the very start. So imagine that, extrapolate that to all the other classes, to Class D, and all of the brackets of Class D, to the brackets of Class C, Class B, and A. This would seriously make so much more interesting and so much more viable a lot of cars that for quite a while have been absolutely terrible because of their lack of acceleration. It would be fantastic. And when I saw that this was basically Master Season, oh, I'm sorry, buddy, Master Season rules where, you know, oh, you can bring any car, so therefore most people are going to be bringing Class S, I was a little bit sad. And that's why I wish that this was in Classic Season rather than being its own multiplayer. Oh my, that's karma, I guess. That's fine. I wish that this was in Classic Season, and for Master Season and its derivatives, whatever, to be the ones with crazy rules and whatnot. I still need to make a video with the some ideas as to what they could bring for crazy different seasons in Master. But anyway, yeah, I like this thing. Look, 5th place, I don't care. At least we got some variety. We got a couple of Cien, a Rash, a Shion 300 plus unboosted. Then there's me. So I don't know. I really like this whole idea of having the ghosting, but I really would prefer. Hey, could you finish loading, please? I would really prefer for this to be in Classic Season, so that, like I said, we would see crazy variety on. Ooh, okay. Crazy variety of cars in all the other brackets, and thus make it so that more people that have some of those cars are willing to bring them on and see again. Variety. That's what I like. And with those races, okay, never mind about this. Oh yeah, give me my dice, fantastic. So 6 races, that's great. So yeah, I would recommend you to be playing all of the multiplayer seasons if you have the time to get your additional dice. Because hey, additional dice is one more opportunity for you to get direct upgrades or whatever in the Treasure Rush. Even if you don't get the main card, Treasure Rush is still a good thing to get resources in general, including direct upgrades. So that's not a bad thing at all. But alright, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this situation with the Treasure Rush, the extra multiplayer, the extra dice, and all of that. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, hit the like button, and all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!